In this specific case, there was a gentleman who had been very seriously assaulted. I was given a task to go and speak with him, and in calling the facility and speaking to his clinician, they did not give a very high chance that we would be able to get any meaningful information from the victim because his injuries were so severe that he'd suffered a substantial speech aphasia. So I started looking at other resources, and it was as simple as a Google search for speech aphasia, and that's when I came across the communication intermediary program and found Caitlin. And I reached out to her, and she was very helpful. She went to the traumatic brain injury clinic where the gentleman was being treated, and she helped prepare a very practical report after speaking with him. And the report included things like, well, you know what, he has poorer vision out of his left side, so when you're speaking with him, you should be sitting on his right. He has trouble with low light situations. Make sure the lights are very bright in the room. She completed a number of standardized tests on the victim, showing that he understood what was happening, but had difficulty naming certain items. So for example, he knew, here's a pen. He knows that a pen is used for writing, but he might call it a mug, for example. And obviously that poses severe challenges for a police investigation, because if someone was assaulted with, for example, a knife, and you take a statement from them and they tell you they were assaulted with a cat, for example, without the proper context and framing, that can diminish the victim's credibility and raise questions about the entire investigation, which means that it's unlikely to have a successful outcome. A short time after that, Caitlin and I attended to the facility together and took a statement from the gentleman on video. I asked the questions, and whenever I could see that he was struggling in terms of how to answer, Caitlin would help interpret what my questions were and put them in a form that the victim could more easily understand and relate to. And this included tools such as using a timeline or having physical cutouts of items. All of these practical things that I would not have thought of. And as a result of that, and as a result of the strong statement that he was able to give us, we were able to forward charges to the Crown Attorney so that we could have a successful resolution to the investigation. And it absolutely would not have been possible without Caitlin's assistance and without using an intermediary to communicate with the victim.